So today's session, I'll be teaching you guys how to use this conditional formatting in my table or in the charts what we create. Okay. First, what we'll do is we'll create one simple table. Let's say I'll go to this region and I'll take this sales. I want to highlight all the values which are above 6 lakhs. Or we'll take subcategory, so that will be more values here. Say, let me sort it. I want to highlight all the values which are above 2 lakhs. So this is my requirement. So what we have to do is you don't have to write a very big formula for this. Just go here and say calculated field. Say conditional format. Just I'll mention it as conditional formatting. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to highlight all the values which are above 2 lakhs. I just say sum of sales greater than 2. Say okay. I just take this, it says true or false. Take this and put it in colors. See, all the values which are above 2 lakh will be highlighted. It's a very simple conditional format. Now suppose if you want to make more than one conditions here, say for example here it says true or false. Say if it is greater than 2 lakh, it is just giving me this color, done. What if I want to do the same thing? Say if it is greater than 1 lakh, this should be of different color. If it is greater than 2 lakh, it should be of different color. Then we'll have to modify my formula a little bit. So what I'll do, again I'll create a new formula. Say conditional formatting, I'll say 2. Now we have to mention if condition because there is more than one condition. Say if sum of sales is greater than 2 lakh, then else if sum of sales is greater than 1 lakh, then else say end. If it is greater than 2 lakh, then I'll say high, then we'll say medium. We saw this example last class. Then we'll say low. So I made it 3 categories. So I'll say now I'll say top. Let me take this and I'll put it in colors. Now you can see it has become 3 different categories. So when you are actually trying to format something, you just have to give some conditions there so that based on that categories, we just make some categories that will help me in formatting something. So suppose if you want to do the same thing for a chart, then you don't have to again create one more column here. Just go here and say chart like this. See, that will get colored or say formatted depending on the conditions what I have specified. This is one way of formatting. Now this is a specific, say for example, which are all the values are greater than 5 lakhs or say 3 lakhs from this range to this range. I'm just trying to give some range and I'm trying to highlight. What if I want to highlight the values, say top 5 values, the top 5 companies. Let me take this category and I'll take this sales. I want to highlight the top 5 values. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can go and I can mention anything about 2 lakhs. We just highlight. That's what we have done here. Say we are given one conditional formatting here. Just go here, done over. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What if tomorrow the data gets changed? Here I have more, sales values which will actually become more than 5 lakhs. Then if I say greater than 2 lakhs, anything greater than 2 lakhs will be highlighted. So here my requirement was to highlight top 5 values. In this case, we cannot use these kind of formulas. That is, specifically, I cannot say greater than this value. So what should I do for this? So for this, what we can do is we can use, there are some functions called as index and last. So what this index and last will do, they are called as table functions which will give me the serial numbers, the index numbers. How do they work? I'll show you. So my requirement, to just understand, my requirement was to highlight the top 5 values. Now what we'll do, we'll go here and I'll say create calculated field. Just I'll mention index number. Just type index, no parameter, and say OK. See, I'll get the number here. So what this index number will do is it will give me the serial number. Let me take this and I'll put it here like this. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many ever data I have, it will give me the serial number like this. Now, since I have the serial number here, I can easily take anything less than 5 because this is the rank. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is giving the serial number. I'll say anything less than 5 is top 5, or say anything less than 6. We'll write a program for formula for this. We go here, say top 5 subcategory. Just mention here the column what you have taken here is index num. Say index num is less than or equal to 5. Or you can say less than 6 or less than or equal to 5 is also fine. This condition should be true, that's it. If this condition is true, so when will it become true? Whatever values are less than or equal to 5, say from here. Say, okay, I'll get this true or false. Take this and put it in color. See, the top 5 values will be highlighted. Tomorrow, if the values are getting changed, this top 5 will remain same like this only, but the values will keep going up and down. Now let me convert this into chart. See, let me remove this index number. I don't want this to show here. See, the top 5 values are highlighted. Here I've not mentioned the specific sum values. I've just taken the index and I'm trying to mention that index, that is, we can also consider as a rank, wherein it will take the values less than or equal to 5 and then it will highlight. Fine, this is okay. What if I want to highlight the bottom 5 values? Let's take the same example. I'll go to this and I'll convert this into table. I'll take this index what we have created and I'll put it here. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Say 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. So I'll take from here. I'll say greater than 13. I'll say greater than equals to 13. If I mention that, say bottom 5, easily I'll get. But what if there are some values which are less than that again? So this greater than, tomorrow here I have only 17 records. What if tomorrow there'll be some 25 records or 30 records? Then again, greater than or equal to 13 will take all the values which are below this, or say greater than 13. So I need to highlight such a way that even if it is 30 records or 40 records or 50 records, it should take the bottom 5. So for this, we have one more function called as last. Like what we have index, we have something called as last. Now we'll go here, say calculated field, say last, just give as last. I'll say last, open bracket, close bracket, no parameters for this. Say okay. Now let me take this last and I'll put it here just beside this index number. The last number, whatever is there, this one, the last function, what it will do is it will give me the serial number exactly like what we have index number, but it will give me reverse. That means it will give like this, the reverse order. But the index number actually starts from 0, not from 1. I'll show you how it looks. See, can you see this? Say here I have the 17, but here it says 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, and it ends with 0. That means there are 17 items, but the number actually starts from 0 length. Now what I'll do, I'll say any value greater than or equals to 4. I should take 4 here because 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. These are the 5. Say top 5. Now I'll write one more function here. Say bottom 5 6. Not say 6 top. Now what we'll do? Sorry, we didn't write the function there. Get it? File will say what is your last num less than or equal to 4. I'll say okay. Now let me remove all this. Take this subcategory. I'll take the sales value and then I'll sort it. Take this bottom, whatever we've given here. Last month. Put it here. This. See, we have the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we need to highlight this. For that, we had written one function here, bottom 5. I'll take this and I'll put it here in this color. See, important. Let's go and check in the chart. We'll remove this number. See, the bottom 5 is highlighted. So I used two functions. One is index, which will give me the serial number, say 1 to 17 in this situation. Or I've used last, will give me from 16 to 0. So I've used both for top and bottom. When I say I want to create top 5, then I used this one, top 5, that is less than or equal to 5. Then for bottom, I've used this, which says less than or equal to 4. Now I want to highlight both together, bottom 5 and top 5. If you want to do that, say in this color, I can have only one field. Have this bottom 5, let me go here and I'll take this top 5. See? Any one I can have. But in my case, I want the requirement such a way that it should highlight top 5 value and bottom 5 value. How to do this? So what we'll do is we'll create one more function here. I'll say top 5, bottom 5. So in this case, you have to put two conditions here. One is for the top 5 and for the bottom 5. Same function what we have written separately, we'll take it together here. We'll say top 5, this one, but we have given that index num is less than or equal to 5, or last num is less than or equal to 4. See, I'm mentioning both the formula which I mentioned here. Say index is less than or equal to 5, or last num is less than or equal to 4. I'll say okay. Now what will happen? I have two conditions here. Just take this and put it here. See, I'll get the values. Go to this table and see. See, like this. So like this, you can format the data. Fine. This is for the numbers. Let me remove all this. Let me take a region and a category, and then I take some sales here. I want to highlight this central, or say east or south or west. I want to highlight east, all the values from east. Let me do for one category like this, one table, small table like this, and then we'll go for multiple values. Just go here, calculated field. To keep in mind, whenever I'm using this condition formatting, you don't have to write a very big formula. It's just a simple condition you have to give. If it is true, then it will give me the colors. That's all. I'll say highlight region. Just you have to mention here, region is equal to what region you have to give. Say east. That's all. Say okay. See, it will give me the true or false. Take this and put it in color. Can you see that? Getting highlighted. Go to the chart and see this is coming as a separate thing here. Then take this highlight region and put it here. See, this will be a color, a separate color like this. Let me take this and make it a table. We'll take more values. Say I'll take ship mode and I'll put it in column. See, the entire column is highlighted. Now let me take that, the same selection what we did, that category, and let me take here and I'll put it here. See, the whole section, we call it as pan. The whole pan is getting highlighted. Now I want to change. I want to make it as south. Let me go here. I'll take the formula which we have written and change it. Say south. Say okay. See, it will come to south. I'll tell you how to make it dynamic the next session. Now we're just trying to learn how to format, how to use all these, values. Fine. Now this can be done column wise as well. That is, the highlight should be done in column wise. How? Let me take this region and put it in column like this and put this ship mode down here. See, wherever it is south, that will be highlighted. So it's not that only it should be row, you can highlight it however you want. So conditional formatting means you just have to give some conditions. So based on the conditions, if it is true, the values will get highlighted. Fine. You can use any of the columns here, any of these values, and you can do it. Let's go here. We'll try some more things. I will take the same table, say region, and I'll take say category. This time I'll take profit. I can see some negative values also here. See, information, I have this negative values. Let me make more bigger table. I'll take this segment and I'll put it here. Let's see if we have any negative values, say 1 negative, 2, or we'll make it still more. We'll take subcategory so that we'll get more negative values. We'll make this segment and see. Put here. Put subcategory here, region here. This will be fine. See, minus, minus, minus. See here, I have negative values, so many. I want to highlight all the negative values. So my intention was to highlight all the negative values. So what we'll do is, we'll go here, I'll write a function, say highlight negative values. Just say sum of profit. So, sum of profit is greater than 0. Or say if you want to highlight negative, then say less than 0. If you say greater than 0, then all the values, positive values will be highlighted. If you say less than 0, then this condition will become true, then the negative values will be highlighted. So take this, put it in colors. See, wherever the negative values are there, that will get highlighted. If you want to change the color, just double click on this. And then you can go here, you can change the color. Say, for example, I want this to be red. Say, okay, already red, I think. Connect this to red. See, it will get changed. So this way you can plan your conditions and then you can highlight the values. Right. Next is we'll see the same table. Let me just make a duplicate of it. I don't want this the color to be given, but I want some arrow mark there. The indicators. Arrow marks means, say if it is less, I want the arrow to be bottom. If it is positive, then it should be on top. Now I'm not doing any formatting, this shading. I'm just trying to change the format of this. Just changing the format. In Excel, we call it as number formatting. So just by number formatting, how can I get the say arrow mark? That is top arrow or bottom arrow, up arrow or low arrow. Let me take out all this. Let it be like this, the table. And if you can see this, all the minus n are there. I'm not highlighted anything. Let me open Excel. I'll tell you, when I open Excel, I want the symbols here. So if you want a symbol, what you can do is you can go to Excel and you can get the symbols, and then you can place it here because the symbols is easy to get in my Excel sheet. You can go to Excel. So quickly, I'll go here and I'll go to symbols. So where to go? Go to Insert, and then here I have symbols, or the shortcut key is Alt IS. When I press Alt IS, I'll get one window here. See, in this, go to Arial, and here you have so many options here. In that, you go to this geometric, the geometric shapes. Here I'll have all the geometric shapes here. Just go scroll, you'll get all the shapes here. See, here. It's time to select that. Okay, yeah, see, geometric shapes. If you select this, I'll get different shapes. You see, I have this arrow marks here. So I need this up arrow and down arrow. Just click on this, say insert, and again click on this and say insert. I got up arrow and down arrow. Just copy this. Let's come back to our Tableau. So my requirement was to give the arrow marks, up arrow for positive number and down arrow for negative number. So what we'll do is, I know this profit here, select here, go to format. Once I go to this format, check once, see here, this should be enabled, that is sum of profit. Now take this, here we have this default. I'm trying to change the format here. I'll go, and this is actually in a standard format, this one, right? Now what we'll do is we'll go to this custom. Click on this custom, see, I'll get something like this. So to make it more easy, I'll make it as 0.0. Anything semicolon, after this will be negative number. So you'll have two formats. One is positive, other one is negative, say 0.0. So here I have two values, one is for positive, other one is for negative. This format, the one before semicolon is positive and the one after this is negative. So what I'll do, the copied symbol, I'll just paste it here. Okay. Now take this up arrow and let me put it just next to this, put in a double quote. And then for negative, what I have, to put it in double quote here. Done. And let me close this. See here, so wherever it is negative, you can see that it is down arrow. Since I've changed the format to same thing, so I'm not getting that negative symbol. If you want that negative symbol, again you can go to this format, and then here just give a minus sign. Come on, see, wherever it is minus, it is giving me the down arrow. See, this is one way of doing. Now if you want to color this, so what I'll do, anyways I had one function which I had written, highlight negative, take this, put it in colors. See, I have this arrow marks as well as the colors like this. So this is indicator. This is one way of doing. Now I want something more. So I don't want something like this. I want something, in a different way, the different arrows. What I can do is, this is one way. That is just by taking the symbol and then inserting it in my values here like this. This, if you want before or after, anything you can do. Let me go here. If you want before, then I can do that as well. Take format. Go to this. Put this arrow. Cut this. I'll put it in front. Then this will become something like this. So anywhere you can put. See, before or after. That is left to you. Right? Okay. Just take control Z. Let me duplicate this again. Now what I'll do, I'll make this format as standard. Just like something. This is normal standard what I had. Let me remove these colors. Now again, what we'll do is we can do this in a different way. So what is that? Let me go here. Here I have the shape. Just click on this shape. Can you see this? I just changed automatic. Go here and then click on the shape, and then let me just drag it a little bit so I'll get the shape here. Okay, fine. Now I have this negative, just put it in colors. See, wherever I have these colors, I'll get this color here like this. It is still extended so that this will be separated. Right. Now I have the symbols. Now what we'll do is here I have the shape, click on this shape, and say more shape. Here I can click on this arrow mark. Say okay. See, I got this arrow mark. So what I'm getting here is because the values, whatever is there here, I'm just taking this sum of profit. Now if we change this to negative number, so we had somewhere we had written one, say condition less than or equal to, so we can take that, say we can put one condition here, say positive profit. If sum of profit is greater than 0, then we'll say positive. Else we'll say negative. It's single quote. So right now I can take this as well. So let me remove this. Take this, put it here. Then double click here. See, I have positive and negative different colors. Right. So let me take this positive and I put it in shape. Just I took this positive and negative and put it in shape. Let me double click on this. Now I'll get a shape for positive and a shape for negative. Now if you want to fill color, just go here and say filled. Now I have this positive, select this up arrow, for negative, say down arrow. This way also I can do. This is directly in the Tableau itself. Say okay. See. Now if you want color, then I can take this, put in color as well. I'll get the color. Just drag it and I'll put it in color. I want different shapes here. Say double click here. If you still want different shapes, I'll go to this arrows. See here, I have something called arrows. And if you scroll down, see positive, select this and click on this for positive. Select this and say negative. See, I want to increase the size. Just go here and increase the size like this. Just drag this table a little more. See, like this. So this way you can give the indicators. Fine, this is one thing. Let me show you some more things. How to use these arrows in my chart. If you go here, if you convert this into chart, see, it will come something like this. You will not get the chart here. Whatever you do, it will be a little different for chart. So what I'll do, I'll go here, we'll create a new one because otherwise, it will be like confusing so many things in one place. Let's create one chart. I'll take this subcategory and I'll take the profit and I'll put it here. Let me convert this into chart. See, I have this negative values towards my left hand side and positive value towards my right hand side. So what I want is my requirement. I want a chart. Everything should show in a positive values only, towards my right hand side. But whatever values are there, the values which are negative, that should show me the arrow like this. See the arrows like this in the chart. So what we'll do, we'll go here. Let's take this subcategory and I'll take this profit. Let me take this chart. Now, how to get this towards my right hand side? In the previous session, we saw something called as abs, which will help me in converting this into, say, positive number. Now, instead of this sum of profit, we'll create one more function here, and here I'll say positive profit, and then we'll convert this into abs. I think positive profit is already there. We'll give some other name. Profit plus we'll say abs of sum of profit. So what this will do, it will give me a value such a way that this will become a positive value. Say, okay, now instead of the sum of profit, I'll take this profit plus, keep it here, and if I convert this into chart, see, now I don't know which is positive and which is negative number. In this, I have these tables and few other values are actually negative numbers. But what I'll do is, for me, I want the arrow such a way that wherever it is highlighted here, that should be like the negative number should be the bottom arrow, and here it should be the top arrow. Right. How to do this? So what we'll do now, we'll create one more series where I'll get the arrow marks. So what did we do? We took this one formula here, say profit plus, which will help me in giving me these values. That is positive values. Same thing, I'll go here, say edit. I'll copy this formula and I'll create one more field here. I'll say profit plus arrow. This is for arrow. I'll put this same formula and I'll say plus. I'll give 1000 so that whatever value is there here, that should be more than this, little more than this. Take this and keep it here. See, I'll get two series. In the previous session, when we are learning about visualizations, I just go here and I change this to dual axis. So what will happen? These two will become one chart. Say dual axis. See now, I have the same values here, but one with the arrow will be 1000 more than that. Go to this series, this axis, and say synchronize. So that what will happen? This and this axis both should be same value. Otherwise, what will happen? See here, we had this one value with actual value. The second one was plus 1000. So what I'll do? Right click and say synchronize. See, now this what you see the orange one is just a little more outside. I got this two different options here. Now what we'll do is the first chart, whatever was there, I'll convert this into bar chart. See, now I got this pointers here. This one I'll change to shape. See, got changed to shape. Next, what I'll do, I'll go to the shape and I'll change this to a different arrows, whatever I need. I can go here and select this arrows. Let me select this one. As of now, I have only one. I'll tell you how to get that. See, let me increase the size. Now all are actually positive. That's why it is giving me this value. But we have negative values also here. We have to write a separate formula for that. Now what we'll do is we'll go here, or I think we already have one formula. Yes, see here, we already have this formula. We can use the same thing. Here it says sum of profit is greater than 0. It is positive and negative. Take this and put it in shape. To put this in shape, can you see this? Automatically, wherever the negative was there, that is coming. Let's go here. Take this and I'll put it in color. See, I'll get a different color. Take this, say positive. Let it be green color. Negative, say red color. Here. See, like this. Now we have the chart, but here it says a negative value should be something like this. So here I can see bookcases, tables, supplies. Let me create here quickly the same chart, the subcategory, and if I take this profit and put it here and convert this into chart, see, you can see this. Let me see tables, bookcase, supplies. They are negative values. But I tried to show the chart in a different way where I can put this indicator saying that the tables, bookcases, and supplies are actually going in minus. Those are here. So this will be like a normal chart. So everyone will actually do this. Say, just drag and drop. I'll get this and finish over chart. Not always, this looks good. I want to show it in something different. So I've used something like this. So that here the values are there, but the negative values will be shown something like this. Okay. So this way you can use the conditional formatting and the indicators. To summarize, we just learned about how to highlight the values in a simple way. Then we saw how to highlight numbers. Then we saw how to highlight, say, text. Then we saw how to change the format. how to change the format by putting these arrows for positive and negative. That is by taking the symbols, and also we saw how to change the arrows or say the shapes by using within the Tableau itself. And then we also saw how to use the arrows, the indicators in chart as well. Right? Okay. The next what we have is, again, we'll come back to this, calculations. The formulas what we did till now, we did some functions and we should drag and drop and we should get the results. But there is some more calculations what we have to know the simple way. Suppose if you want to do some analysis, how to do it. Let's take this region and create a simple table here. And I'll take the sales value and I'll put it here. Let me convert this into table. Right, I got a table here. If you want to work on some calculations on this, say I have the region and I have the total for each region, but I want the market share of each region. The market share means this value divided by through total of all. I'll get some value. So I want to know the market share here. So for that, what I'll do is go to this analysis. Here I have something called as percentage and totals. Let's go to this percentage. I'll go here, I'll say table. See, this will automatically get converted. Say 21.82 is nothing but the total value divided by this central value divided by the total value. So likewise for each, this value divided by the total value. So when I do that, the complete values, if I add, it should be 100%. Let me go here, percentage, table, see, like this. If I add this, I'll get 100%. Fine. Now let me take one more column and I'll put it here, like this. Now if you see this, every combination here is divided by the complete table total. Table total in the sense, now if I go here, say percentage and say none, see, you have some value. This value is divided by the complete total. Let me take one more. So you will take this segment and I'll put it here. See, now if I convert this percentage, the table, so each cell what you see here is divided by the complete total of the table. This is one calculation. Now if you see this table, you have these columns. All these are called as columns. What you see here is called as rows. But what you see, this section, see, complete this central, what you see, this is called as pan. One pan, second pan, third pan, fourth pan. Like. Now if you want, the percentage what it is getting calculated here is based on only this pan. That means the total of this central divided by each cell. That is, this cell will be divided by the central total sales value. Then what I'll do, I'll go here, analysis, percentage, see here, I have this pan. Click on this pan, see. Now if I add this pan, so whatever value is there, this will become 100%. Next, we'll go here. I'll say column wise. If we say column wise, the total of this, see, each column, say here, I have total for this column, this cell divided by the total. This cell divided by the total of this column. This cell is divided by the total of this column. If I say row, this row will be like this, each row length. The total of this row will be divided by each cell length. Next, percentage. Row in pan is similar to your row here. See, you have this. Let me select this row in pan. See, no changes. Because it's in a row. But column in pan will change. Because column in table is like this, the entire table. But column in pan is only this much. See, analysis. Then say percentage. Then we'll say column in pan. See. Now if you add these three values, then this will be 100%. Let me go here. Here I have this cell. So cell doesn't make any difference because the same value divided with the same value. I'll go here, the cell, see, it will give me 100%. So what this percentage will do is, it will calculate the percentage based on the selections what I'm doing here. That means if I say table, every cell, each cell is actually divided by the total of the entire table. If I go here, say percentage, and if I say column, it is taking the column total. So each cell is divided by each column. This cell is divided by the total of this column. Analysis, percentage, and say row. Then every row is actually divided by the row total. This cell is divided by the total of this row. Then again go here, say pan, that is within this pan. So likewise, okay, so it is easy to understand. Say table, column, row, pan, row in pan, and row both will be same in column, in pan, in cell. Usually we don't use cell because it will always give me 100% because it is dividing the same value. Let me go here and I'll remove this. Now I want the total for each category here. Say for example, for this region, I want total. For east, I want total. Or say for each row, whatever is there, I want the grand total. So for that, what I can do is go here and say totals and say show row grand total. If I click on this, see, I'll get the grand total for this row. Fine, let me go here. The total. I want show column grand total. See, I'll get the grand total for this. I want subtotal. Go here, total, and say they have all subtotals. See, I'm getting subtotals here. That is, you're doing the calculation immediately here, so you don't have to again do functions and create something like that. You can do it here. Fine, let's go here. I have the total here. I want this total to be in the beginning itself, not in the end, because what happens is sometimes when you have more, say columns here. Say I'll go here. I'll take this state and I'll put it here. See, the total is going somewhere in the far, so I have to go here, scroll here like this, and then I have to see the grand total here. Instead, what I'll do, I'll go here, say totals, and say rows total to be left. See, we get the total here only. Then I can scroll for each individual values. Similarly, if this total is going down, then again I have to scroll down and I have to check. Instead, this total I can take it on top, the analysis totals on top. See? So I can use the calculation like this as well. Fine. Let me go to this analysis totals. See, I can remove all these subtotals, or if you want to remove all this, just disable this. Then here, if you come to this, see, it says total all using. Now it is automatic. By default, it will take sum. I want average. Click on this. See, I'll get the average. I want the minimum value or maximum value. Go here. Select this and say minimum or maximum. So likewise, you can use this analysis tab for working on these things. We'll talk about these things later once we come to this advanced charts. I'll tell you all this. So this percentage and totals are very much useful when you're actually doing these kind of calculations immediately, right? So next is exporting of the content, the report. If you want to export something, what I'll do, I'll go here. Here I have an option of export and copy. Export or copy can be done for both charts as well as tables. Let's go here. I have one table here. I want to copy this and paste it in my Excel sheet. So what I'll do, go here, say copy data. Then you go to Excel, say Control V. See, it gets pasted. Right. Let's go back. Let me take one chart. I have a chart here. I want to copy this chart. Say copy it as image. It will ask whether I want title. You can select whatever you want. Say OK, and I can paste it anywhere I need. See, The chart what you are creating, you can just create a chart in say what is that in Tableau, copy it and you can paste it. This is one way. Or I can export this as well. So what I have here is the copy. The same option you can do it in export as well. So I'll go here, say copy, I'll take this Crosstab, or we'll go here and take this table, copy, and say Crosstab. Go here to another sheet, so Control V. See, it will give me the value exactly like what we have. Go and check this. So even the format also it will remain. This is for copying. Suppose if you want to export means what? I can export and I can save it somewhere. Copy means I just have to copy, it will be there in the clipboard and paste it. But what if I want to export this and keep it in my system whenever I want I can use? Say, go here, export image. If I click on this image, let me take a chart, even better. Sheet, export, say image. Same thing, like what we had this copy, but here it will not copy, it will just try to save it somewhere. Let me save it in my hex drive and say Tableau chart. It asks for the format. Any of these formats you can select. I'll say PNG, say OK. Now let me go to that folder. And here you can see this. Let me take this and I'll put it in Excel sheet. We'll try to insert a picture on it. Insert picture. And then let's select that image, which is the Tableau chart. See? One is I copied and pasted, other one is I imported. So this can be imported anywhere. Say I can keep this as image, then I can use it in Word or say PowerPoint, anytime I can use. If it's a copy, it is like just copy and paste at that time. If it's getting cleared by the clipboard, then again you'll not get that copied chart. But this one, it will be there in your system. Anytime you want, you can just use it. Next, we have this export. Say Crosstab. Let's click on this. So what will happen is whatever Excel, whatever the data is there, that will get exported to my Excel sheet like this. See? So if you go here, this data has been exported here like this. So you can use this export for doing something like this. Right. Let's close all this. Fine. Next is about action filters. This is something, I'm not telling it's very advanced. It's very, say, interactive or say dynamic. From one sheet to another sheet, I'm trying to filter the data. So what is it? Let's see. Let me take one table here. Say category. And I'll take this sales. Let me convert this into a chart. A simple chart like this. Let me expand this. I'll name it as category. Right. Let me click on this. Let me take one more sheet here. I'll name it as subcategory. And we'll create similar kind of chart here. Right. Now when I click on this subcategory, whatever is there, that should get filtered, and only the value, say only that category which I've clicked, that should be filtered and displayed here. So for this, we have something called as action filters here. These action filters are similar filters like what we did in the previous session, but what this will do is it will filter the data, across the sheets. The filters what we put here, it is like within the sheet, but now we're trying to filter the data across the sheets. So how to do this? So what I'll do is I'll go here, I'll say action. When I say action, here I'll get a kind of window where I can apply the action. I'll say add action. Click on this add action. Here I have few options, say filter, highlight, and go to URL. Let's say filter. When I say filter, it will give me all the sheets which I've created here. But what I should do is I should select from which sheet has to be filtered. I'll deselect all this and I'll select only this category. That means this source sheet from category, which sheet has to be filtered. I'll go here and select this subcategory, say category, and here subcategory. Here I have three options. One is hover, select, and menu. I'll show you. Don't use this hover. Hover means when you move the report will run. Let me use this select, and I'll say OK. Here it says filter. If you want, you can rename this. The filter name here, it says filter 1. I'll say filter subcategory. Say OK. Right? Say OK. Now let me try to click on this. I've given it as select. Click. See, from here it's coming to subcategory, and only that value which are there for subcategory will be filtered. Let me go back. Technology. Let me click here. See, you can see a filter coming here. This is the action. You can see it's mentioned as action from which sheet, and this will get filtered. Let me go back. It's a worksheet. Go to action. Double click on this. So now I'll say menu. Menu is actually used when we have more filters. Let's say cancel. Let's create one more sheet here, and I'll take a different category. We'll take this as segment, and then I'll take the sales value. We'll keep it as a chart. Now what I'll do, I'll name this as segment, and then we'll see when I click on this, the segment also should get filtered accordingly. But here I've already given one selection. If I give, it's going to the subcategory. It will not go here. When you want to have more than one actions, then what I'll do is I'll go to this worksheet, the action. Let me remove this as of now. We'll say add action. It's a filter. I could have done here only, but just to show you guys, I'll say multi-filter. Here I'll say from category sheet to subcategory, right? This is one. From category to subcategory, I've used menu. Say multi-filter. We'll take it as sub. Say oh. We'll add one more action. The source will be same, and here I'll say multi-filter. This time it's a segment, and here I'll select segment, and let this be menu. I'll say OK. Say OK. Now the previous example I used to say select. If I click on this directly, it used to go to the subcategory. Now what I'm trying to do, I'm giving this menu, but I have multiple, we'll say, options. Click on this. See, click here. It will take me. Let me go here. Action. What did we select for this segment? You can select this category. That's why it was not coming. I'll select this. Say OK. Now let's go back. See, I have two filters here. And if I say segment, it will take me to segment. Let's come back. Again, if I click on the subcategory, I'll go to subcategory. So if I have more than one filters to be executed, then I can use this subcategories. This selection or none. Fine. This is for filtering. Suppose if you want to highlight, let me take out this. And here what I'll do is I'll take the category. Here I have this furniture, office supplies, technology. So when I click on this furniture, it should go here and it should highlight the selected category. So for that, what we'll do, we'll go to this action and then I'll say add action. Here we'll say highlight this time. From which sheet to which sheet? I'll go here. I'll say subcategory. From category to subcategory. Say highlight, make it as subcategory. Fine. I use this select here. Say OK. So let me click on this. And then I'll go to this sheet. See, office supplies will be highlighted. These two will be unhighlighted. Let's click here. Say technology. See, like this. You can highlight something like this. This is action filters. There is one more. One more option is Goto URL. What does Goto URL will do? I'll show you. Let me click one new sheet. We'll try to open a web page depending on the click what I do. Let me take one state here, double click. If I double click, I'll get a map. So you would have seen in the previous session, we just learned the basic, so what is this map to create? Just double click on this state, I'll get a map like this. Now what we'll do is, when I click on any of this, say for example, if I click on this California, I should get a web page wherein the California, say details should come. So for this, what we'll do is we'll try to create one action where the URL should open automatically. Say add action. Here I have this Goto URL. It will ask for the sheet. Say here, we'll say open web page. This was sheet 8. So I can rename this, or I'll just keep it as sheet 8. And here I'll say www.google.com. Just I've given google.com. Wherever you click, the google.com page will open. Say OK. I'll say OK. Let me click anywhere and see what will happen. See, open the web page. See, google.com got opened. Fine. Let me close this. Let's come back again. I'll click on any other setting. Click here. Again, it is opening google.com only. But for me, whatever state or say city, whatever I click, that details has to come. So how to do that? So what we'll do is we'll go here. I'll say actions. Double click on this. Here we have selected menu. So what we'll do is we'll say select instead of menu, because when I say menu, what will happen when I click here? I used to get that menu. If you go, you see now I've given select, automatically it is opening. So if you give select, what will happen? You don't have to go and select that menu. When I'm clicking, automatically it is taking me to the web page. Now my requirement was whenever I click on this state, that state has to open. So how to do that? So what I'll do is I'll go to this page here. I'll just mention Wikipedia USA. Because here I have all the state details. Just click on this USA. I will take this United States and then I will go to this worksheet action. So instead of this Google, I'll paste this. Now again, this will become hard coded. Now if I go here and say OK, now if I click anywhere, so it will go and it will open. So if you click on this, again it will open USA only. So what do I need? I wanted the particular the city what I'm clicking, the state I'm clicking, that should get open. So for that, what we'll do is again we'll go back here, say action, and instead of this United States, I'll just remove this. Just remove only that. So rest all let it be like this. And here I have a small arrow. Click here, and let's go and say, do we have state here? Yes. See, select this state. So this will become dynamic. This will become like a parameter. Say OK, and say OK. Now if I click anywhere, say for example, I'll go here California, click on this, let's see what will happen. See, I got this California. Because the website, whatever was there, it was designed like this. See, the web address, whatever is there, was designed like that. Let me go here and just click on Mexico. See, so we can use URL like this as well. When you come to dashboard, there is some more more details like this. I'll be telling you this next week when you come to dashboard. Now I saw this, how to go to this URL. Anywhere you click, automatically it will take. So the action filters, what it will do is, one is it will help me in filtering the data and go to the other page, or highlight the data, or I can go to this URL. That is, here I'm using this Wikipedia because the states are actually mentioned in the same format what I need. Suppose if you think that you're having one web page where I have the proper names, let's say I'm using this subcategory and there is a page where it will take me to this subcategory. Just click on this, automatically it will take you there. It's not only for this chart, for table as well you can do that. So here if I go and if I take this state, and if I take some values here, see, I can create an URL for this as well. So wherever I click, automatically it will take them. See, like that. So this is how you can create the what is that action filters, which will help me filter the data dynamically.